and welcome to Expressive Journalism, Opinions, Editorials, and Columns with the Digital Journalism and Public Relations Department at Moorpark College. My name is Professor Kelsey Stewart. While opinionated writing is a huge no-no in the traditional newsroom and news pages, the use of personal pronouns are the bacon of an editorial piece. Editorials and opinion columns are the place for expressing the views of the writer or the paper. When writing the editorial or opinion piece, well-written beginnings help attract readers, and well-written conclusions help convince readers to stay. It's best to have both, of course. Let's clarify some definitions. Know the difference between editorial, opinion, and column. An editorial is an article expressing the opinion of the newspaper. It is almost always unsigned, suggesting that the paper, not just any writer, believes this way. Editorials almost always go on a distinct page away from the news articles to help maintain the distinction between the two. The editorial page often includes letters to the editor, which are, of course, opinion pieces written by readers and other opinion pieces that include the editorial cartoons or columns. An editorial represents the opinion of the institution, not always that of the writer. And an editorial represents the opinion of the editorial boards. The publisher, top editors, and the members of the community also could be represented. These are all located on the editorial page. Here's an example of an opinion article at the New York Times. There's a giant hole in Pelosi's coronavirus bill. The legislation passed by the House doesn't actually guarantee paid sick leave to most American workers. Here we have the byline as the editorial board. And the editorial board is a group of opinion journalists whose views are informed by expertise, research, debate, and certain long-standing values. It is separate from the newsroom, so they have stated their opinions on their byline. Opinion articles. An opinion column is signed, it has a byline, and is often a small photograph called a thumbnail for the writer. The opinions expressed in a column need not be the opinions of the newspaper, nor need all the columnists agree. Conscientious newspapers try to find a range of opinion writers who will not agree with one another or with the editorial policy of the paper. So opinion articles represents the position of the writer only. They appear on the editorial opinion page. Op-ed pieces present another side from that of the editorial. They may present opinion or observation, similar to columns. Here's another opinion option from the New York Times. This is how the coronavirus will destroy the economy. This once-in-a-century pandemic is hitting a world economy saddled with record levels of debt. Here we have the writer, by Ruchir Shamara. Mr. Shamara is an investor and a contributing opinion writer. So columns will appear in news pages even though it shows the author's opinions. They are labeled to make it different from news stories. Take, for instance, the left side of this Wall Street Journal's opinion page. We have here a whole slew of reporters that write for the opinion page. They are often included with a picture of the writer or title. Here's another example of a column from the Washington Post. The writer is Eugene Robinson. He released his advance for Tuesday, as in today. Eugene writes from Washington. I was at the supermarket Sunday and ran into a colleague who lives nearby. We were chatting from a safe distance about how the way work has changed over the past week. Then a neighbor of mine, a long-time but not close acquaintance, walked up to say hello and extended his hand. Reflexively, I shook it. Oh boy, my colleague must have noticed the panic in my eyes. When both he and the neighbor had drifted away, I made a beeline for the restroom, where I washed my hands far longer than the requisite 20 seconds. Then I went back to my cart, cleaned the handle with a sanitary wipe for the second time, and was able to resume my foraging for random food items that my wife and I might or might not need during a period of semi-isolation of open-ended duration. Here, Eugene is talking about a day in the life of a quarantine, and he is bringing up what everyone seems to be going through as far as issues in the economy or in our culture right now. He also goes on further in his article to give some top mentions of political opinions based on his own research or his own viewpoints. This is an example of a column, and this entire lecture has been run through of expressive journalism. So we've gone over editorials, opinions, and columns. Stay tuned for our next piece on how to write an opinion editorial. Thank you.